This is movement our mothers gave us. Think of a time with your mother, your chosen mother, your caregiver, of a dance that you've learned, or also just something that you remember them doing, and it could be abstracted. So the movement my mother gave me, I'm gonna say her name, Derrick León Washington, is there wasn't necessarily dance in my house or anything. And we didn't have movement, but we had sound, we had gospel music. So the gospel music, it had kind of bluesy moves. It was like grounded. It was syncopated. But also it had like uplifting and bluesy, uplifting and bluesy. So there was no dance, but just her voice going down of maybe where you're a little bit sad, but going up. Another thing that my mother taught me was she was a cook of soul food. But what I noticed was when she was cooking, it was almost like a staccato. So she would almost be like in a way where she's going down, up, all the different cornbreads and going, and it's like moving in different ways.
I am one of 4 children. My mom, she was for much of my life giving birth in her early years, always tending to another baby, always someone else in the life. She was also a writer, a journalist, so she did a lot of typing. She wrote for the Law Review. She wrote obituaries in a local newspaper. Always loved to write, loved to tell stories. She would create stories for us as kids about adventures, hunting all over, about scary monsters. Big one. About mothers and daughters, about me and my sisters, about our little brother, about my family.
I made all of the 4-inch squares.
Yeah.
And that was really very dull. So
I understand
cut
that.
every single one of them
Diagonal.
Swapped all the inside.
Swapped out
These
insides
are,
right
but
to
these
make the
are
boxes.
lines are light colors,
Oh,
and these lines are all dark colors.
Got
Isn't that
it.
wild? Well, the movement my mother gave me was sewing. So this is my interpretation of pushing the fabric through the machine.
So you keep that
Pedal, putting the pedal over and over and over again.
My mother loved to sing around the house. As I think Derrick has said, and many of us say, our mothers sang while they worked, right? Well, my mother just seemed to be working all the time. She was cooking or cleaning or ironing. I feel like I never saw her sit down. She also worked outside of the home as a secretary. After she died, I found this little bag with these tiny little finger cymbals, which then I remembered she got to take a belly dancing class at the adult education program at my high school. I also found little dance slippers, which, as you can see, they've been around a while. I bet she had them forever. So happens that they fit me perfectly. So being a musician all my life, I didn't really start dancing myself until about 15 years ago when I fell in love with salsa. New York style, Cuban style, any style. And like my mother, I took lots of dance classes. And just a few years ago, a wonderful Cuban artist and dancer named Carlos Mateo was teaching, you'll never guess where, at the Henry Street Settlement House. I was so excited to take classes there. And while I was dancing Cuban song, with Carlos, I couldn't help but think, I bet my mother danced in this very same room. And I bet there's a very good chance she was wearing these very same dance slippers. So I can actually say that I have followed in my mother's footsteps.